Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the Battington Tapes, an analog horror analysis. This will most likely be the last analog horror analysis that I do for a while, just because I have some new stuff going on in my personal life, and I have some other projects that I'm working on, and So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the actual analysis. We start off with a full shot of Foxy as he has the most obnoxious, yelling greeting I have ever heard in my entire life.
Ahoy, me mateys! It be your favorite swashbuckling buccaneer, Foxy, the Pirate Fox! Arg! When I tell ya, we got a grand show for you today, in just about 10 minutes! Wait, 10 minutes? That's right, 10 minutes! Can ya bloody believe it?
After the obnoxious introduction, Freddy says that they should pack the gear before time runs out, Chica sings in the worst voice I've ever heard, and Bonnie has a New York accent.
Hey! Will you landlubbers stop around? Anyway, you scallywags just be here in time for the show. Not a moment before, and not a moment later, you hear? Or else you'll be forced to walk the plank!
We then get a pretty eerie shot as somebody records Pirate Cove with Foxy's head just barely peeking out of the corner. This goes on for about 12 seconds until we cut to this. This VHS tape is a lot like PT. It keeps repeating the same thing, but each time it does, it gets more and more freaky. Remember that shot we just saw of those little kids sitting in the toy chairs?
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, well every time the video repeats, one of those kids will go missing. And I'm betting my money on that it was William Afton. But we know it must be him, because every time the video repeats and another kid goes missing, it looks like another suit and the performance has been stuffed. But nothing really happens the second time around. The music stops, Foxy tells him to stop f***ing around, and we skip to the next scene. Now this next scene is actually pretty weird and out of place, but apparently Battington just decided this was a good idea. It's a shot of... We get the same shot of Foxy's Pirate Cove as we did last time, this time Foxy being more apparent and out of his cove. But right before the scene cuts, we get a shot of his hook coming around the corner of the curtain and opening up. A child has gone missing, but what does this mean?
Oh my goodness!
Just try not to slip, Cottontail.
Hey! Will you landlubbers stop mucking around? Anyway, you scallywags just be here in time for the show. Not a moment before, and not a moment later, you hear? Or else you'll be forced to walk the plank!
We get the same shot again, but now Foxy sounds like he's speaking through a funny mic, and another child has gone missing. And since another child has gone missing, you know what that means, say it with me.
Oh my god!
Freddy's been stuffed, but this time, Chica actually has a good singing voice, which is a little bit of a weird choice.
Will you landlubbers stop mucking around? Anyway, you scallywags just be here in time for the show. Not a moment before, and not a moment later, you hear? Or else you'll be forced to walk the plank.
One thing I will say about this VHS tape is that it's a tad bit tedious. Sure, it's a little bit necessarily tedious, but I don't think it has enough engagement to actually hold up its end of the couch. Now this is a Scrumpus McRamus remake, and although this one is definitely better, I feel like Scrumpus's was faster and more engaging.
Will you landlubber stop?
Viewing of this tape is prohibited. Discard it immediately. Viewing of this tape is prohibited. Discard it immediately. Viewing of this tape is prohibited. Discard it immediately. Viewing of this.
We then get a fairly ominous shot of William Afton standing behind the toy chairs, as he says,
"What's the matter, Foxy? I thought you wanted an audience."
The last scene we get is Foxy sitting in the hallway looking straight ahead, pretty moon-faced. We get a back shot of him, noticing that he is looking at the parts and service room.